U.S. Air Force expands KC-135 Stratotanker fleet at Eielson to boost Arctic refueling power. The Alaska Air National Guard's 168th Wing accepted 4 additional KC-135 Stratotanker aerial refueling aircraft at Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska, expanding the unit's fleet and sharpening America's refueling capability in the Arctic region. The 4 additional aircraft bring the 168th Wing's total KC-135 inventory to 12 tankers. The unit had previously operated 8 Stratotankers, primarily supporting active-duty aircraft engaged in federal operations, while also providing refueling support for training missions and large force exercises. The expansion was executed under the Total Force Integration Framework, which coordinates force structure and capability sharing between active-duty components and National Guard units to maximize overall readiness and efficiency across the joint force. The 168th Wing holds a distinction shared by no other unit in the U.S. military. It is the only Arctic region air refueling wing in the country. Operating from Eielson Air Force Base in interior Alaska, the wing sits closer to most countries in the world than any other American unit, a geographic reality that gives it outsized strategic value for power projection missions that require rapid response across the Pacific, Arctic, or beyond. That positioning is not incidental. Eielson's location means tankers based there can support operations spanning from the Indo-Pacific theater to the European high north, with transit times that no continental U.S. base can match. 4 additional tankers substantially change what the wing can generate on short notice. More aircraft mean more sorties per day, greater flexibility to surge refueling support during large exercises or contingency operations, and a deeper bench to absorb maintenance cycles without degrading the unit's committed mission capacity. Long-duration missions in the Arctic and surrounding regions place particular demands on tanker availability. Aircraft operating in extreme cold weather environments face maintenance challenges that can reduce availability rates, making fleet depth more operationally significant than it might be at a temperate base. The expanded fleet directly addresses that reality by giving wing commanders more options when scheduling and sustaining continuous operations. The KC-135 Stratotanker is the workhorse of American aerial refueling. First fielded in the late 1950s, the aircraft has been continuously upgraded and remains a foundational enabler of U.S. air power across every theater. Its core function is straightforward. It carries fuel aloft and transfers it through a telescoping boom or drogue system to receiver aircraft while both are in flight. That capability allows fighters, bombers, surveillance aircraft, and other platforms to extend their range far beyond what their internal fuel loads would otherwise permit, turning a mission that might otherwise be impossible into a routine operation. Without tanker support, most combat aircraft are constrained to operations within a relatively short radius of their home base or forward airfield. With it, the operational reach of any air force multiplies dramatically. The 168th Wing's expansion directly supports the Department of War's Arctic strategy, which identifies the region as an area of growing strategic competition and calls for reinforced American presence and capability there. The Arctic has become a focal point for defense planners as Russia and China have both increased their activity in the region. Russia, through sustained military exercises and infrastructure investment along its Arctic coastline, and China, through expanded commercial and scientific engagement that U.S. officials have characterized as having dual-use military implications. The 4 new KC-135s now standing ready on Eielson's flight line represent a concrete, near-term increase in American air power capacity at one of the most strategically positioned military installations on Earth.